Peace and love, everyone. Sending you all positive energy, high vibrations, success on your entrepreneurship, all love, all positivity. Today, I'm going to be speaking about the ancient significance of 3. Okay? Make sure you subscribe to my channel, you hit the like button, and you leave any questions in my description below. Okay? So, 3 is known as a number of completion, death and rebirth, transformation, power, strength, okay, initiation. So I'm going to let you all know some different interpretations of 3, okay, and how we can use these actual allegories and also different concepts to be able to navigate to have a glorious reality. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with matter. Okay, we know matter is all, mind is all. Okay, thoughts is all, ancient idea, all is mind, mind is all. Okay, very powerful. Mind is matter. So matter is all around us. Okay. So matter has many different forms. Okay. And we have 3 main stages of matter. And we have the liquid, the gas, and the plasma. So when we connect with that matter of plasma, what we do is we create a powerful energy field of heart and brain coherence together. Okay, so when we're operating out of that powerful state of plasma, it helps us to create and connect us to the core creation, which is the heart center. Okay, which is connected to the brain coherence and the heart coherence. So it helps us to vibrate on a high frequency, to elevate. Okay, so that's known as a stage of completion through matter once we do the necessary work. So 3 also is known as the third eye, the pineal gland. Okay, it is our divine, cosmetic, mystical eye. Okay, a higher level of consciousness. And we access the power by raising our Kundalini energy up. Okay, and accessing the 7 body centers, being able to be aware of them and do the necessary work. Past childhood trauma, generational curses, initiations, all challenging moments, but we get through them. Okay, so we also have many traditions that actually study spirituality, and it's 3 forms to completion. So we have the Indian culture. They study the heart, the head, and the Harana. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And it's basically like the lower root, the head, and also the heart area that they study, that takes them to a higher level of consciousness to awaken the third eye. Okay, then we have Buddha. They actually raise their consciousness level by connecting with their third eye by doing thought, speech, and action. Okay, then we have the 3 level of discernment through ancient Kemet, and we access the spiritual, the physical, and the mental. Okay, so we have different traditions that study this rising of the Kundalini energy, which wakens the third eye. Okay, and it's just celebrated, worshiped in many different ways, but it's all the same thing. That's why I always say we one collective consciousness on one accord. Okay, it's just that practices are done differently. Okay, so we had the three wise kings, and they visit Jesus after his birth. Okay, so they brought him to celebrate. Okay, gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Okay, so then we have the three pyramids, the three stars, and they line up perfectly with Orion's belt. Okay, so when we're dealing with Asar, he wanted us to have the understanding of ascension. Okay, and he is the God, the ruler, the father, they say, that was over Kemet. Okay, and they want us to have the understanding that we can create heaven on earth by ascending. Okay, and what we have to do is 555 on the clock. What we have to do is have some understanding of our ancient origin and how to navigate spiritually, physically, and mentally. Okay, and once we do, we ascend to Asar. Okay, so the three stars and the three pyramids were in a perfect alignment to align with Orion's belt, which is connected with Asar. Okay, so we also had the three wise men that followed the stars of Bethlehem, right? In the ancient days, they was like tracking the stars. They navigated by viewing the stars, also did construction of building by connecting with astronomy. Okay, they used to track the stars at night. Okay, they also used to connect with the sun. So we are connected with astrology. Okay, we are astrology. Okay, we are huge atoms, and we connected to that star dust that's in the sky, and that's why they had the symbolization of Nut. Okay, because she symbolized the astral body. Okay, the celestial bodies of us up in the heavens with the stars. Okay, that's why she was arched over, and she was showing us that the beauty of astrology. Okay, so the stars revealed our character, our personality. Okay, and we see that to today. Like once we start digging deep into astrology, we find out everything about ourselves. Okay, and that's how the ancients was with the Dendera calendar. They actually had that calendar that was one of the first ancient calendars out, and it was symbolic to the placement of the dates and time that they ruled. Okay, and one was not better than the other. They just had different roles that they played and different eras that one was in control, and they showed us it throughout history. Okay, I always be familiar with that. So Jesus, he died at the age 33. Okay, and that's symbolic to death and rebirth. Okay, he had a traumatic experience. Okay, got beat down, killed, and he rose from the dead. Okay, so he died and was reborn again. Okay, so that's another actual allegory from the Bible that we can look into and see, well, we do have a chance to be reborn again. Okay, after death, there's always life, and that's what the ancients wanted us to have the understanding of. Okay, always be familiar with that. So also in the Bible, they have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, and that's in 3. Also in Kemet, they worship Father, the Son, and the Mother. Aset, Haru, and Asar. Okay, I always be familiar with that. So what had happened was Aset had got pregnant by the spirit of Asar. Okay. What she did is she came in a form as a Ba, which was known as a bird, which is the God that lives within us. It's a spirit, right? She came in the form of the Ba, and she stood over her dead husband, which was the first mummy, was Asar. Okay, he was the king over the underworld. He ruled Kemet, like one of the first rulers. So he also was the first mummy. So what she did is she hovered over him. Okay, he erected, then he ejaculated, and she had got impregnated with Haru. Okay, so that's where the Holy Trinity comes from in Kemet. Okay, and the first one, the original one, is always seen with Aset, and she's Ho and her son Haru. And Asar is not in the picture. That's because he's the Holy Spirit. He's a symbolic to death and rebirth. Okay, he's a symbolic to the Ba, which is the God that lives within us. Okay, that once we awaken that God, okay, we have a higher level of consciousness. We awaken the seat of the soul, the pineal gland, so we're able to elevate. Okay, and we have the understanding there's always life after death. Okay, so that's where that come in at. So always be familiar with that. Then we have, I always say this because space, time, I put that together. Okay, then we have matter, which is a whole consciousness. Then we have the void, so we have space and time, matter, and then the void. Okay, so when we're looking at space and time, we're looking at the unknown. Okay, going into the unfamiliar place, the uncomfortable place, the unseen, being able to navigate spiritually and connect with the cosmos, and also different dimensions. Okay, we can access them when we tap into the unknown, and it's also known as the dark space. Okay, so then we have matter. Like I said, matter is all over us. Ancient idea, all is mind, mind is all, it's matter. Okay, so it's consciousness. Our consciousness level create earth. This creates the earth energy. Okay, so we're one collective consciousness, and all our thoughts and ideas is really on one accord, for real. They might be different, like I told everyone, like we may have different interpretations, and that's fine. Okay, everyone have a different level of consciousness. Okay, and it don't make one better than the other, because we're all here and we all gonna go to another dimension. Okay, we all eternal, so it don't make a difference of what our perceptions is. It's just a certain consciousness level that individuals have. We have people that vibrate on a low, medium, or either a high frequency, and that's fine. It's just all a part of matter. Okay, mind is all is mind. The thoughts are powerful. Okay, so then we have the void. The void is known as spirit. Okay, and in the beginning of Big Bang Theory, what happens with the void is the void is in the center where everything is created from. The power of geometry. Okay, also known as spirit in the Big Bang Theory video. Okay, in the beginning, the introduction, and spirit is in that center. Then it recognizes itself, so it created a figure or whatnot, and then once it's recognized that figure, it basically gained consciousness and became aware of itself internally, and it started expanding out. Okay, and that's how the geometry figures are. Okay, and that's how we work. Once we elevate, Okay, and we become aware who we are internally. What we do is we expand our consciousness level. We grow, we expand out. So that's why they was trying to show us that in 15 on clock. Big Bang Theory. Okay, they was trying to show us that. All right, and that's what is also symbolic through with the power of nature, of creation. Okay, them geometry figures, everyone has a vibration it vibrate on, and it also have a beautiful color, and it also has a different form of creation on each one. Okay, always be familiar with that. So when you see the number 3, just know that it is a high vibrating number connected with the ascended masters. It's also a universal number that all different religions around the world worship discernment through 3, okay, which is known as the number of completion. Also, we have 33. Like I said, Jesus died at the age 33. Well, we have 33 as the highest level of completion. Okay, why? What happens? We align those 7 main body centers, which is known as the chakras, okay? And that's our energy field. And that's what helps arise our Kundalini energy, right? So that 33 vertebrae rises up the back of our spine, okay? And we gain the wings. We fly like the bar. And then, but then that pineal gland is open, okay? The seat of the soul. That's the number of completion, 33 vertebrae as well. Always be familiar with that, okay? And we're dealing with a Set and a Sar, okay? When we're dealing with them and the alignments of the 3 pyramids, we're dealing with how basically word is a Sar. It's symbolic to the Great Pyramid, right? 3 pyramids, the 3 star systems. Once a Sar is connected with the Great Pyramids, right? And Orion's belt. Then you had a Set. That's the mother. He's known as the father. She's known as the mother of Kemet. Okay, everything was based upon divine masculine and feminine energy for the form of creation in Kemet. African spirituality, that's what they worship. So they had the actual star series, okay, that lined with a Set, okay? So they lined up a Set and a Sar, okay? And they went throughout Kemet. And they traveled through the skies at night, divine masculine feminine energy. And it was basically showing us we have heaven on earth. We can create heaven on earth by what? The state of consciousness, okay? By being aware of who we are, okay? Doing self-discernment, self-acknowledgement, okay? Initiations, traumatic moments, you know, and persevering through the challenging moments and seeing how we can get through these times and take the experiences for us to elevate, learn, elevate, and grow from them and not be stagnant. Always be familiar with that. So I think that's all on 3. So let me tell you all what all I have, because I be channeling. So always be familiar. We have the 3 powerful states of matter, but we have many different forms of matter. But we have those main 3 that create that powerful plasma that connect us with the heart and the brain coherence. Okay, we have our third eye, which is known as third eye or pineal gland, that connects us with the mystical powers, the clairvoyance, and the higher gods. Okay. Then we have the discernment, okay, in 3 levels, okay. So we have African spirituality. So we're going to do spiritual, physical, and mental. Okay. Then we had the 3 wise kings, okay, that met Jesus when he was born and gave him frankincense and myrrh for gifts, and also gold. Ooh, and frankincense and myrrh. Y'all got to try it. It smells wonderful. I love it. When you mix those 2 together, it's just very powerful. Okay. Then we had the 3 stars and the 3 pyramids that lines up with Orion's belt and Asar. Okay. The Father God, first father in Kemet. Then we had the 3 wise men that followed the star of Bethlehem. Okay. We also had the 3 stars that connects us with I'm talking about 3 stars. We had the 3 mind, body, and spirit that helps us connect with our higher level consciousness. We also have the Jesus Christ, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit that can also help us vibrate on a high frequency from the story. We also have time, space. Okay, that's together. Matter and also void. That's 3. That helps us to connect on a higher level of consciousness. Okay, when we gain space and time, what we do is we connect with a very powerful electromagnetic field. Anytime that we do work with time and space, okay, and going in eternally, even meditating, we add layers to our being, and it gives us more power, more energy. Okay, always be familiar with that. When we're dealing with time and space, it's very powerful, and I probably left that out. That's why I'm glad I went over these. So always be familiar with that, and that's how it helps us to open up our pineal gland, because we accessing that unknown and that mystical energy that we have inside of us. We have that clairvoyance, but if we don't do the work, we're not going to be able to access it. Okay, always be familiar with that. Okay, number 3, completion, divine power, connection with the God source. Okay, death and rebirth, transformation, wisdom, enlightenment, love, power. Okay, the significance of 3. I love you all, and I'll be back with more. Peace and love.